Hello viewers, on today's news, Israel has agreed to a request from the United States to temporarily delay its planned Gaza ground incursion to give Washington more time to deploy additional air defense systems to protect its troops in the region. According to a Wednesday report, the Pentagon is rushing to deploy roughly a dozen air defense systems to protect troops in Iraq, Syria, Kuwait, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates from missile fire. Iran-backed proxies have carried out at least 13 attacks since the outbreak of the Gaza war, injuring at least 24 troops in Syria in one attack and 10 U.S. soldiers in Iraq in another attack. All of the injuries were minor, U.S. officials said. The U.S. has managed to convince Israel to hold off on invading Gaza until those systems are in place, which could be as soon as later this week. The Wall Street Journal reported, citing U.S. officials and sources with knowledge of Israel's plans. But the U.S. request is not the only factor Israel is taking into account as it readies for a ground incursion. Though it is the most pressing concern, the report said, it is also factoring in efforts to supply humanitarian aid to civilians in Gaza, as well as diplomatic efforts to release more hostages, the officials were quoted as saying. Along with its military campaign, Israel has imposed a near-total blockade of Gaza, though some humanitarian aid has been permitted to enter from Egypt in recent days, under a U.S. brokered deal. So far, 4 of the hostages have been freed out of more than 220 who were abducted by terrorists and taken to the Gaza Strip during Hamas's murderous onslaught on Israel on October 7th. In which some 1,400 people were killed, the vast majority of them civilians. The Prime Minister said that the offensive's aims are to destroy Hamas and to return the hostages, casting members of the terror group as dead men walking. We are preparing for a ground incursion. I won't specify when. How many? I also won't detail the range of considerations, most of which the public is not aware of. And that's the way it is supposed to be. This is the way so that we protect our soldiers. Washington has also urged Jerusalem to think about the broader endgame for its operation. Israeli officials have said publicly that they are currently focused on eradicating Hamas and are not thinking about what might come afterward. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel.